What's up, guys? Travis Holley here with BreakingMuscle.com, coming at you with entry number 4, and today's pretty cool. I had one of my athletes come up to me after seeing, I think it was entry number 2, where it was all about listening to your body, right? When I was dealing with the cold and how to quickly, bounce back from that. And he had a couple questions as to, how an athlete actually handles food and body maintenance during a competition. So I thought, what a perfect question to present my ideas and my thoughts on BreakingMuscle.com. So wanted to share that with you. A couple things that I do and, a couple things that I know of that definitely make a difference for me and for some of the other athletes on my affiliate team. So we've got 3 days until the South Central Regional. And, it's been an anxious time at CrossFit Central. We're practicing workouts, we're running through things, we're, dialing everything in. And to be honest, we're looking really good. Very confident in our ability to perform. It's just kind of one of those things where it's, the workouts, you know what it's going to be. You kind of have a feeling of what the workouts are actually going to feel like when you're in them. And, the waiting game is actually more painful than just, getting it done and stepping in there. So at this point, it's, as an athlete getting ready for the big game, it's a matter of just trying to relax and stay calm and, not get too wound up thinking about all the what ifs and all the possibilities and all that kind of thing. For me personally, I'm trying to, almost like when I was sick, eliminate as much stress as I can. And, a couple ways of doing that. First and foremost is quality food, lots of water, and good sleep. Those are, the foundation of being able to perform at a high level. If you're not doing that stuff, you're not reaching your potential. So definitely nail those 3 things down. And that's at any level, guys. If you're, going to the CrossFit Games, you're a world record holder in, deadlift or whatever it is, those 3 things have to be on point for you to be able to reach that potential and get where you want to go. So, my first thing would be dial those 3 things in, and then as you near the competition, it's important for me specifically to have a plan. Basically have everything laid out, organized, so that there's no surprises that can ultimately add more stress to the situation. So like I start preparing for the trip, the travel, all that kind of stuff, a couple days ahead of time so that it eliminates as much stress when it comes down to game time as possible. And for some people that works. For some people it's not needed, but for me, I've always done that. Even when I was a young athlete competing and traveling, I would always prepare like the day before so that, I could put all of my mental focus on the performance that's about to happen and eliminate as much stress as I could. So those couple things leading up to the actual competition, I would highly recommend you take the time to try at least for one competition and see what kind of results come from it. So that's leading up to the competition. Now the question specifically is, how do you handle body maintenance and self-care between events and during the competition? So for me specifically, body maintenance is a big deal. I tend to get really tight after workouts. So immediately after a workout, I will take down some sort of good healthy carbohydrate, whether it's a protein shake, some fruit, whatever. I'm getting food and fuel in as soon as I can so that my body can automatically start, refreshing, replenishing everything, and rebuilding any injured tissue or anything like that. So, getting food and the timing of all of that is super important. And a note here is it's going to be different for everybody. Obviously, once you work out, the sooner you can get it in, the better. But as far as leading up to the next event, some people can do really well with food right before the competition, and others just, it's like a rock sitting in their stomach. So with that, it's kind of user's choice, user's preference as far as when to eat before the competition. It's just going to be a trial and error kind of thing. For me, I like to eat right after I get done with the workout, and then maybe a light snack before, maybe an hour before. And the key here is it's snacks that I know do well with me. And what I mean by that is I'm not trying new things. I'm not trying things that I know are hard for my body to break down quickly. And the reason behind that is pretty simple. I want that fuel in quickly without a whole lot of repercussions potentially affecting my performance during the next event. So, food right in after you finish a workout, and then the timing between, the finished workout and the next one is pretty much up to you as an individual. It's going to be different for everybody, but the key is that you figure out what that is, as well as the food items that work best for you. As far as body maintenance specifically, typically at the bigger competitions they'll have ice bath stations, and that's one of my biggest things is, as soon as I finish, especially if it's a hot day, I'll go right to the ice bath and ice my body down completely. I've done some blog posts on the benefits of ice baths, and it's pretty straightforward. Your body's hot, it's just gone through a pretty traumatic situation, and there's a lot of inflammation going on in the body, a lot of acid buildup, all that kind of stuff. So the sooner you can get in an ice bath, the better. It'll keep the swelling down, it'll bring your body temperature down, and it's just a relaxing relaxing environment basically. Once you're done, you just sit and you can have your team meetings, you can think about the workout, anything like that. So I would focus on ice bath as soon as you're done, nutrition as soon as you're done, and once you get out of the ice bath, then it turns into getting off of your feet. So whether you realize it or not, when you're at a competition, you're on your feet a lot. Whether you're actually competing or you're watching other athletes from your gym, whatever the case may be. The whole time that you're on your feet, your muscles are actually obviously being used, which means fuel is being used, which means energy is being expended, right? So if our goal is to be able to perform at a maximal output, we want to reserve as much energy as we can for that max output. So, getting off your feet is pretty straightforward, and I would actually recommend laying down with your feet up, and that will help blood flow and all that kind of stuff, keep the swelling down, all those good things. If you have any tight areas, obviously you want to find some sort of foam rolling or tissue, manipulation, that kind of thing. Stretching for me is big. I definitely spend a lot of time with the lats, the hip flexors, the quads, that kind of thing. And then I do my research as far as the workouts go, and I already know what stretches I need to be doing right after the workout and leading up to the next one, based off of how I am as an athlete, where I'm tight, where I typically tighten up really quickly after workouts, that kind of thing. So going into this stuff with a game plan is super important. So whether you have to write it down, timeline, whatever you want to do, I would recommend highly for anybody that's about to compete, coming up with a timeline or game plan in which they can follow so that they don't find themselves like being distracted by, other athletes competing in the next heat or something like that. Like, you have to own that athletic or I'm sorry, that athlete's role. You're not a spectator. You're not there to necessarily enjoy the environment. You're there to perform. And doing that right there will help your performance tremendously. Just having that focus on one specific thing and not getting distracted with all the glam and the lights and all that shit. So focus on your job, and your job is to perform. So whatever it is for you, you gotta dial that stuff in. Besides that, guys, it's all about just staying relaxed and calm between the workouts, getting the fuel, getting the food, and spending the time to relax after the workout. Mentally is the next big thing. Is if you have a great workout, great. Take that momentum into the next workout. But if the workout didn't go so well for you, if it was a little, a little rushed or whatever the case is, if you didn't perform at your best, the key here is to just forget, right? Take it as an experience. What can I learn from this? We talked about that in entry number 3. Looking at it with a different, fresh, insight, and not necessarily dwelling on the fact that it didn't go well, but what you can take from it, and then take that and use it for momentum into the next workout. So, not only is it the physical, but it's also the mental. And anybody that's competing at a high level knows that. But for those guys that are new, those are the things that I would definitely promote. And then, the simple stuff like tons of water. Make sure you're getting a lot of hydration during the competition itself. In between workouts, you got to be putting it down, not necessarily slamming it, but you want to be sipping it continually throughout the day. But that's pretty much it, guys. Hopefully that answers the question for my athlete Brad. If you guys have any more specific questions, I would love to help you guys out, so you can contact me at strictlystrengthproject.com, or you can always hit me up on Twitter, strict_strength, and that's pretty much it, guys. So hopefully this helps. If you're competing this weekend, good luck to you guys. Hope you all crush it, and we'll be seeing you at the CrossFit Games. Cool. Peace.